Hey guys, welcome to the end of, or almost the end of the quarter. You have done a lot of work preparing for this novel. I am Alfonso Jones, and the time has come to actually read it. So we
Yeah.
started with our whisper, and we looked into the criminal justice system. You worked on an IAM project to kind of get your mind in the same mindset as Alfonso Jones, because he goes throughout his city. You did the same thing, and now we're here.
And so what we're going to do is we're actually finally getting a chance to read the novel I Am Alfonso Jones. It is a graphic novel, which means there's a lot of pictures. So don't freak out when it says pages 1 through 83. That can be done in probably, I would say, about an hour at most. I can get through it because you just kind of look through the pages and it just kind of perpetuates itself. So it's really exciting. It's really fun. And so since we don't have a hard copy to give you because virtual everything, we still want you to annotate. And so what you're getting ready to do is you're getting ready to annotate this novel online.
And I know that those who had me or Mr. Rose, we'd focused a lot on annotation. So if we want to just remind ourselves, annotation is taking notes, usually in the margins of a book, where you're noticing things, you're trying to notice, you're analyzing things, noticing patterns, characters, and you're basically having that dialogue with the book so you get to a deeper understanding. It really helps your comprehension. Do you want to add anything about annotation in general?
Annotation is exactly what Miss Cockcroft was saying. Annotation is not just underlining. This is something that I have to argue with a lot of my students and remind them over and
Yeah.
over again. If you're underlining something, that's great that you noticed it, but it doesn't mean anything without the note attached to it. An annotation is an interaction between you, the writer, and me. And so we go through it, we kind of, it's like a connection that all three of us have. And if you just underline it, then I don't understand what you're talking about. So make sure that I can look at it and go, oh, I know exactly where she's going or he's going with this.
And one of the things last year that I taught several different ways of annotation. And I know some people are like, oh, I like it or I don't like it, or they had different ways. And what my goal last year, and probably this year too, was to expose you to the different ways of annotating so that you can develop your own style. So when you hit junior, senior year, when a teacher says, or college, when a teacher says you need to do an annotation, you're going to be like, cool, got it. And you know all the different ways. So there are probably going to be some things that we ask you to do that you're like, I don't like that style. And then there are going to be some things that you're like, yep, that's my style. And the goal here is exposure and trying all the different styles. Okay.
Right.
So we're going to wrap this. What we're getting ready to do is we're going to have different small videos for each of these parts, but we're going to make sure you understand the overview of what this is in this video. Please make sure you put your first name, last name, etc. in MLA format. This graphic organizer is meant to help you process your thoughts, like we just said, but I need you to hear me when I say it is also to prepare you for the first Socratic seminar, AKA class discussion. And those of you that had me last year, you know that we engaged in Socratic seminar, and I believe Mr. Rels did as well. And so we are doing the first one, and actually will be in class, right? October, like
Hopefully,
quarter.
yes.
Yep. So the goal is to have our first Socratic seminar over the entire graphic novel, first week of second quarter. So that's not next week, but that's the following week. So that's pretty much it for this video, but you're going to follow the directions below for each of the assigned chapters. If you need a visual to help you understand the directions, these are going to be hyperlinked. That's going to explain each of these. But you're ultimately looking at making a summary, having a symbolic image, making connections, noticing characters, and then developing questions. And so the graphic organizer you're going to see, you're going to do for each various chapters. Some will be a group of chapters, and some might just be one chapter because there's a lot in it. Is there anything else we should add to this particular video?
So if you are looking through this, the top of each section is grayed out. So there will be all the white boxes underneath it are to whatever goes above it in that gray. So like if it says where this says chapters 1 through 3, if you scroll down to the next page, see how it's still white? That's still chapters 1 through 3. So you need to make sure that you go down until you hit the next gray box and then start the next, go up to the next one.
Mhm.
Because
If
it
you,
will expand as you write. And so it's constantly going to be growing.
yep, it's going to be a longer document. If you are in my honors class, you're going to notice that you are also going to be looking at patterns in your textbook. There was a chapter, the chapter that you read this past week, that talked about noticing patterns, and we're going to focus on 2 of those. So you will be doing that extra step there. And the other difference is you'll have some different questions at the end, because after you're done reading, after you're done doing the annotation, the very bottom of this document is going to ask you to do to choose 2 questions for general. And then I think there are more for honors. So you just want to make sure you leave yourself enough time to do this. We suggest do not wait till the last minute. We are not just doing a read for fun. It is a good book. It's an amazing book. We are doing a deep dive read, like really trying to dig deep and analyze. So this isn't just like what they call a beach read, like, ooh, for fun, and then you forget it. No, we want analysis. So don't wait till the last minute.
We've spent weeks and weeks and weeks building up to this novel to tell you about how important this is. So it's not just a novel like what Ms. Cockcroft was saying as a beach read. It's not just something you just read and forget about. We've built this up so that you can understand how important the underlying issues are.
Right. And it has a lot to do with what's going on in society. So this is not just a random chosen book that someone made, like, oh, we got to do this. This is very important. It's going to have, and a lot of you want to already talk about these issues. So I really think just give it a chance. You're going to have a lot of fun with this. You might get angry with it as well, but that's good. Emotion, a writer pulls emotion out of you. That's good.
Right.
All right. We will, I think that's it. We're both tired. So,